To a developing story. He's been a political force for decades, and now Michael Madigan is resigning from his seat in the state legislature. He's the longest serving legislator in U.S. history as a leader, but his legacy tarnished by a federal bribery investigation costing him his House Speaker position. The 78-year-old isn't giving a specific reason for his departure, but claims he's been the target of vicious attacks.
WGN's Dana Rebick is live with more on Madigan's impact, the reaction, and what's next for his seat. Dana.
Well, from constituents here in the 22nd District on Chicago's southwest side to lawmakers on both sides of the aisle, reaction pouring in tonight on this resignation.
He should have got out 20 years ago. You know, it's just nonsense.
I think really now is the time. He's given us a lot of great years, and you know, there always going to be some good with the bad.
A rise to power spanning half a century coming to an end. Mike Madigan's political fortunes began to turn with a federal probe into bribery and questionable lobbying practices tied to ComEd implicating him. Madigan has not been charged with wrongdoing and says he is innocent, but the scandal left him weakened to the point that he lost his grip on the speakership. In a lengthy statement today, Madigan announced his resignation, recounting a handful of his political triumphs, from passing same-sex marriage to abolishing the death penalty and increasing the minimum wage. He also lashed out at his critics, saying, "It's no secret that I have been the target of vicious attacks by people who sought to diminish my many achievements, lifting up the working people of Illinois. The fact is, my motivation for holding elected office has never wavered. I have been resolute in my dedication to public service and integrity, always acting in the interest of the people of Illinois." The announcement brought reaction from across the political landscape, from Congressman Bobby Rush.
The only thing that stood between Ronna and total failure of state government for my community was Michael Madigan.
To Governor J.B. Pritzker.
I wish Chairman Madigan, former Rep Madigan, former Speaker Madigan well. I mean, one thing I will say is that when you serve as long and in as dedicated a fashion in terms of just the number of hours that the man put into the job, his family can really suffer. It's a challenge for the spouses and children and grandchildren of somebody who's put that much into public service. And I really just want to call them out today and say they really deserve kudos for, you know, the public service that former Speaker Madigan did.
His critics in the Republican Party have waited for this day for decades, saying his control of the state legislature led to political corruption and fiscal crisis.
For the most part, the Speaker presided over a House of Representatives that has led Illinois to have the lowest credit rating of any state in the country, the highest level of unfunded pension liabilities, unpaid bills, a number of unbalanced budgets. And it's a state, you know, Illinois right now is a state where people are leaving. Our population is declining.
The new Illinois House Speaker today said he's looking forward to a new generation of leadership focused on government transparency and racial and gender equality.
I was surprised at how fast he resigned. I was kind of hoping that he would stay on at least for the next couple of months because of some of the big challenges that we have, particularly with redistricting and things of that nature. And he just has so much institutional knowledge. But you know what? He's just a phone call away if I need him.
Voters eager to see who will fill his House seat.
He's given us plenty of years. We appreciate him.
Maybe we'll get somebody in there younger that's going to do something for the neighborhood.
And as far as replacing that position, there will be an appointment process. Members of the committee taking part in that sent a statement today saying that they feel the process should be open, transparent, and seeks the public input for qualified candidates. The committee members want to ensure a formal application process is established and that it is important now more than ever they work together to restore the public trust. And they did update us and said there will actually be a meeting on this coming Sunday at 10 a.m. at Madigan's district office here on the southwest side in West Lawn, where some of these candidates interested will be speaking and members of the community are invited to attend. Live in West Lawn, Dana Rebick, WGN News.